into it. But this is basically when we reach to Muzdalifah, it is from the sunnah to give the adhan, and you will see a lot of people, everybody's doing adhan, and you are going to pray Maghrib, 3 rak'ahs, and then we're going to combine Isha with it, 2 rak'ahs. So Maghrib and combined Isha with it, with 2 rak'ahs. So we're going to be shortening the salah and joining the 2 prayers. And basically this gets done also on a group basis. Every group, they do it together. It's not done on a large basis in masajid. So this is where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this trip also is teaching us to get oriented and familiar with other people that you have not seen before, and that there is your group who are coming from all over the globe and different locations of earth, and you get yourself familiar with, and also to get yourself oriented with that local group. So it's not every time that we have to be controlled by the larger group, but rather sometimes you have to take your own decisions, learn how to take local leadership stands on your own, because we will have sometimes things that might pop up that is different from the rest of the group, but it happens to you only locally. This is where you learn that I need to take care of my own affair, my own group, my own people. I cannot just be totally dependent on the larger group or on the jama'ah or on one leader. So, but rather, you are learning to orient yourself with working with a smaller group and going. So these are things where you're going to do on your own as local, inshallah, group. So inshallah ta'ala, here you're going to be spending the night. Do not pray anything between them and after Isha except for witr. What Prophet Muhammad did after praying Maghrib and Isha, he really took the time to get a rest, a sleep. Why? Because of the exhaustion that we have talked about in the days before. So he wanted to get a rest because you are going to have the most busiest day of Hajj the next morning, and that is the day of Eid. That is the day that is full of rituals. Acts after acts after acts, and you need to be extremely well. However, again, we come back to the same point, and that is if you're going to be able to sleep or not. Yes?
If you took that time to attend the emails to your businesses back here, would it negate your Hajj? Or would it put you in the room? Like at nighttime, if you just attended to emails for your business as you leave down here?
No, there is no harm of you doing any worldly affairs, especially on this night, because this night it was not really designed for ritual acts. For Allah, as you say here, the Prophet ﷺ didn't do much of prayers and much of dhikr because he wanted it for rest, and the rest is considered to be part of it, like ibadah and worship, because you're intending to rest your body for more worship acts the following morning. But if you're doing something for dunya, for business, this is absolutely okay. However, it should be limited, not something that would really take up all your time.
So you shouldn't check your business from day to day, just...
No, you can. There is really nothing Islamically that prevents you from doing so. You can, however, do it on a limited basis. Do not make it really what most of the day on Arafah you're, just acknowledging emails and sending back and forth and all that. So you just want to balance the equation that you can do dunya affairs, no problem, as long as they are halal and they are not taking much of your time, inshallah. So inshallah ta'ala, the witr is something that Prophet Muhammad never left out, even during his travels. So that's something that you can delay toward the middle of the night or before Fajr, or something that you can get busy with at night. Because even if you tend to go to sleep, what's going to happen is that you're not going to be able to go into a deep sleep unless you are that category that I have mentioned before. But if you're not, then you might wake up on your own after an hour or two. So this is where you want to go, wash and get yourself refreshed with a new wudu and get back and pray witr. And you can prolong your witr prayer. And then if you're able to go back to sleep, that's great. If you're not, then, this is something But you want to learn that now Muzdalifah is considered to be the most primitive place that you are going to experience throughout your journey. There are no tents in Muzdalifah. No tents. It's open, basically. So if it rains, it's going to rain on our heads. If anything happens, it's open. It rarely rains during that, but sometimes it does. But yeah, it's open place, no tents. And the facilities do not tend to be really great facilities. So you want to always on this journey limit yourself on the amount of food that you eat and the amount of drink that you do drink.
How is the bathroom system? Is it improved like last 10 years?
No, not in these areas. They have got extremely improved in the haram areas, yes. But in Muzdalifah, there's basically no improvements. I don't think you're going to see any different from the time you went there to this. It's the exact same facilities. However, there are few new facilities, but still, the way, because of the crowd and the way we abuse, because subhanAllah, our way of ritual includes water in it. But water means that you're going to have a lot of water on the floor. But the problem, there are not much staff that would clean after people. That's a problem. So you end up having water, it's not being taken care of, and the water ends up collecting all the najasat, all the germs, all the bacteria. And if there is no one who's cleaning afterwards, then it becomes an extremely messy scene. That's why you want to be extremely careful when you access the bathrooms. Because you're having your ihram on, you don't want anything to touch your clothes. And basically this is a lesson for all of us, to humble ourselves. This is one of the areas where it does not matter who you are or what's your status in society. You are going to be acting exactly like anyone else. You are having the basics of the basics on as a clothes. You are accessing facilities and using facilities that is considered to be the norm, if it's not a luxury, to some other people. Some other people are so used to use bathrooms in primitive areas. So for them to use something under structure, that's a great privilege. Even if it looks messy to us because we're spoiled. Coming from the US and from Europe, oh, this is all mess, what is this? Nobody's cleaning, nobody. To others, oh, this is ni'mah, mashallah. Because they are not even used to structures. So, this is something that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to learn, is that there are some people around the globe that are unfortunate. Yes?
You mentioned rain. Just in general, across the time that we're at Hajj, do you recommend having an umbrella at any point?